The following program is presented by Merrimack resident Juanita Dangel. The views and opinions expressed in this video do not necessarily reflect those of the Town of Merrimack, its media division, and/or its boards and committees.
Hello, my name is Juanita Dangel, and welcome to a special edition of Our Town, Our Government, How Does It Work? First, I would like to say the Merrimack Village District, some may refer to it as the Water District, vote on warrant articles and district elections at their annual meeting, not at the same time or place as Merrimack Town and School District elections. This year, the MVD annual meeting is scheduled for March 29th, 7 p.m. in the cafetorium of the Merrimack High School. Immediately after this meeting is adjourned, voting occurs. There are no contested races this year, but 7 warrant articles will be voted upon. This program will continue to air after these elections. Today we'll be hearing from contested candidates in Merrimack running for Merrimack Town and Merrimack School District positions. You will not be hearing from those candidates running uncontested. I filmed these interviews at Watson Park on a very windy and chilly day. Unfortunately, not all the candidates were able to be filmed due to conflicts in their schedules, but the vast majority were. I hope this will introduce you to most of those running for these contested races. The following are running for Merrimack Town positions. 3 candidates are running for Town Councilor for a 3-year term. They are Andy Hunter, Charles LaFond, and Barbara A. Healy. Please vote for 2 of these candidates. 2 candidates are running for Town Councilor for a 1-year term. They are Michael R. Druin and Lon S. Woods. Please vote for 1 of these candidates. 2 candidates are running for Trustee of the Trust Funds for a 3-year term. They are Chris Christensen and David Rutsky. Please vote for 1 of these candidates. 2 candidates are running for Supervisor of the Checklist for a 6-year term. They are Fran LaRue and Tara A. Noonan. Please vote for 1 of these candidates. The following are running for school board district positions. 4 candidates are running for school board for the 3-year term. They are Naomi Halter, Ken Martin, Jennifer McCormick, and Jamie Von Schuen. Please vote for 2 of these candidates. And now, here are the candidates.
Hello, Merrimack. My name's Andy Hunter, and I'm running for a 3-year term on the Merrimack Town Council. I am retired military and currently employed as a program director for a local aerospace company. I have lived in Merrimack for 8 years and have served on the Merrimack Town Council since May of last year. Over the last 10 months, I have enjoyed working with the other councilors to handle the town's business and bring this year's budget forward for the voters' consideration. I am running to remain on the Town Council for a couple of reasons. First, the Town Council has done an excellent job of maintaining a responsible budget and keeping the tax rate stable. When I joined the council last year, my goal was to support the council in continuing this effort and work to be a valuable teammate in working through the budget challenges. If you have watched the budget sessions over the last few months, I think you'll see the council has worked very well together to develop a responsible budget that provides the town employees the resources they need to run and maintain the town while always keeping the taxpayer in mind. The budget also continues to save for our future purchases. If you are not aware, for many years, the Town Council has committed to saving for large purchases rather than borrowing money. This eliminates taxes being wasted to pay interest on bonds, and as we have seen in recent weeks, interest rates are on the rise. This is a very responsible and disciplined approach to managing the town's budget, and it's something that I will continue to support if elected. We are facing uncertainty in the coming years with rising interest rates, supply chain shortages, and as some economists predict, a looming recession. A disciplined financial approach will be more important than ever, and I want to ensure you that the taxpayers will always be on my mind as we navigate these issues. Secondly, I want to continue to support the council has shown for our first responders. During the last year, I've had the opportunity to witness the receipt of 2 new fire trucks, the purchase of a new communication systems for our police and fire departments, and recently we approved the purchase of a new ladder truck, all without having to borrow a dime. The work these men and women do to protect our community can be dangerous, and we owe it to them to ensure they have the resources required so they are not taking on unnecessary risk when protecting our community. I want to thank my fellow councilors and the town staff for making the last 10 months so rewarding. I have enjoyed serving Merrimack on the town council and I would appreciate your vote on April 12th. Thank you very much.
Hello, Merrimack. My name is Charles LaFond, and I'm running for town council in the 2022 election. We moved into town in 1983 after my brief stint with the Air Force. My wife and I had originally moved in here thinking, well, we would just be here for about 3 to 5 years, but you can see it's been a long time, 39 years. My wife's a hospice nurse over at Home Health and Hospice. I have 3 kids, 2 daughters, Jennifer and Jamie, and a son. And I also have a foster son, Travis, who is currently serving with the Eastern Mountain Rangers up in Alaska. We're so very proud of him. I have 40 years experience in various industrial jobs, working at AT&T Bell Labs, Anheuser-Busch, Sycamore Networks, and various facilities and various capacities. One of my prime specialties that I'm most proud of is in the area of statistical process control, or Six Sigma. We were primary development in that technology back in the late 80s, and I know a lot of you have heard it. I would like to try and bring some of that to this town. I would like to try and bring a different type of management style to this town, one that involves a quality-based approach and one that takes data-driven methods to reach results. Anyways, I look forward to having you all show up to vote. I hope to meet a lot of you. Hopefully this time around we won't be suffering through the pandemic or the trials of isolation. So until the elections, my best to all of you and hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Barbara Healy and I'm running for re-election for Merrimack's Town Council. For those of you that don't know me, let me give you a little bit of my background. I actually have a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing from UMass Dartmouth, better known as Southeastern Mass University in the days that I graduated. From there, I went to work in the Army as an Army nurse, and after that time, I actually worked for major corporations in the insurance industry. During that time, I have been a manager over several different types of operations, all of which required me to have budget background in developing and maintaining a budget that was equal to multi-million dollars. So when I'm not nursing or working part-time, here are some of the things I do in and around Merrimack. I'm a member of Merrimack's Rotary Club, and also I am in the Historical Society. And as part of my actual responsibilities as a town councilor, I'm in the Heritage Commission and on Merrimack's Planning Board. So what are the things I think are important for Merrimack I've gotten from feedback from different residents across town? One, of course, is the budget itself and how that gets developed and what gets included. And believe me, we are very, very cognizant of the increases and the needs of the town from a financial standpoint. Also, we have a lot of feedback regarding the expansion, if you'll call it that, of Merrimack and the amount of building going on. That's one of the reasons I joined the planning board. I wanted to have a deeper understanding of what happens, how does it work, why does it appear like everything gets approved, and are they really reviewing what the plans are for the increase in building. Also important is the traffic, and I hear about the traffic and I get stuck in the traffic on Daniel Webster Highway every day as well. And so that's something else that I'm looking into as far as what can we do to mitigate that traffic situation from our standpoint here in town, and not regarding what the portions of the Daniel Webster that are controlled by the state. So I'm hoping I have your vote on April 12th, and thank you in advance for anything that thank you in advance for your vote on April 12th, and I hope you have a great day.
Hello, my friend. My name is Michael Druin. I'm a Navy veteran, I'm a father, and I'm a Merrimack resident who cares about you and cares about our town. I believe that it's time that we take a look at our spending, take a look at how business is conducted in town. I don't believe that we should be spending money on a rotary when we have drainage issues on our streets. I don't believe we should be spending this much money on our taxes. We have elderly, we have disabled, a lot of them are on a fixed income. They shouldn't be kicked out of town just because a few want to spend a lot of money on nonsense. You know what I mean? Now, this might seem a bit crude, this talking, but I'm talking from the heart. I don't like scripted speeches. What I say is true. And I believe that it's time that we send someone who's gonna say no to these people. We don't need another yes man. We don't need someone who just wants to spend money. My father was a World War II veteran, and though he's not around anymore, I learned a lot of lessons from him. And one of the lessons was, don't spend money before you earned it. Now, I don't think the people in our town government know that lesson. So I'm hoping that if I manage to earn your vote, that you can send me there to teach them. Now, I'm willing to talk with you if you would like. All you got to do is get in contact with me. I give you my phone number here, but there's a lot of dishonest people around. So if you want to get a hold of me, you can go to the town website. I got my email there. You can go anywhere, really. I'm sure someone has it. So that's it. I thank you. I hope you're having a nice spring. It's getting warmer. Stay safe. And I'll see you on voting day. Thank you.
Greetings, I am Lon Woods. I am running for the one-term seat on the Merrimack Town Council. I have been elected and appointed to several boards, committees, and commissions, namely the Town Council, the Charter Commission, as an alternate to the Zoning and Planning Board, the Heritage Commission, and back in its day, the Municipal Budget Committee. I'm running for this seat from the basis of experience, commitment, and a goal to further continue to provide the town of Merrimack with a stable fiscal basis. So, this is Lon Woods saying a vote for Woods is a vote for commitment. A vote for Woods is a vote for experience. And I ask you to vote for Woods on April 12th. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chris Christensen, and I'm running for re-election for the trustees of trust funds for the town of Merrimack. You can vote for me on April 12th, which is a Tuesday, and if you have COVID concerns or some other business takes you out of town, you can vote absentee. Yes, there's a question. What do the trustees do? Nobody's ever heard of us. There are 3 trustees in Merrimack, as there are in most towns, and we manage and have custody of funds, for example, capital reserve funds. When you vote to establish a capital reserve account. Your tax money goes into that account to be saved for future purchases or projects. And we have the custody of that money, keeping it safe until such time as the school board or the town council decides they need the money. So we interact with the school board, we interact with the Merrimack Village District, and we interact with the town council for all of those purposes. I would suggest that if you look at your ballot this year, there will be a question about adding to or continuing capital reserve funds. In some cases, there will be a question about creating a new capital reserve fund. And I urge you to vote in favor of those questions because they help stabilize the tax rate, and it's an integral part of the town finances and financial operations. Yes. What else do we do? There's got to be something more exciting than that. We also manage funds that have been given to the town for a variety of purposes. This can range from something for the library or the schools, in some cases perpetual care for cemetery plots, and we even have some scholarship funds. So that adds up over time to about $7 million now. And I will say, when I came on board in 2007 as chairman, it was about $2.5 million. So we've done very well with our investments and fund managements, but we also have been able to pay the bills. So for example, if you went to the deliberative session for the town or the school and you saw all new flooring and all new bleachers in the all-purpose room, that came from the Harry Watkins Fund that was paid or donated to the town when he died in 1965. So there's a lot going on. It's very interesting, and I would appreciate your vote. One other thing that's going to be on your ballot, there's an option in the RSAs that allow us to have an alternate on the trustee of trust funds, and that did not get included in the town charter when it was drawn up a few years ago. So there's an amendment to the charter to allow us to have alternates, and I hope you will vote in favor of that as well. So on Tuesday, I appreciate your vote. And why vote for me? Education and experience. I have a bachelor's degree in business administration. In my pre-retirement days, I was a securities broker-dealer for a national financial firm. I've been doing this as chairman since 2007, and we've been very successful. So on Tuesday, April 12th, I would appreciate your vote for Chris Christensen to re-elect me to trustee of trust funds. Thank you very much for listening, and have a good day.
Hi, my name is David Rutsky. I'm running for trustee of the trust funds for the town of Merrimack. The committee that it is, it's made up of 3 people whose responsibility is to take care of and invest in the funds under the guidance of the state of New Hampshire. And I've been in this town for like 35 years now. Yes, it's been 35 years. And I've been involved in a bunch of things in this town. The 1997 healthcare curriculum upgrade for the Merrimack School Department. Also been on the Horse Hills Nature Preserve committee for a year. It was a year-long project to create a master plan. And in the interim, I've been involved with the Merrimack Republican Town Committee in many different positions, including chair and treasurer and secretary. Just asking for your vote on April 12th. Thank you.
I would like to thank Juanita Dangel and the voters of Merrimack for the opportunity to speak to you. My name is Fran LaRue, and I'm running for re-election for the 6-year term for the supervisor of the checklist. I have lived in Merrimack for over 50 years with my husband, Bob, who was your state representative for 24 years. I am a graduate of Nashua High and have taken several college and numerous professional courses related to my 27-year career in law enforcement, which includes 7 years with Merrimack Police and 20 years with the New Hampshire State Police until my retirement. Since moving to Merrimack, I have served my community by volunteering, by appointment, and by elections. Some of these positions are coordinator of the checklist, supervisor of the checklist, Merrimack Selectman, Ethics Committee, Budget Committee, Zoning Board, Merrimack Highway Safety Committee, and New Hampshire Highway Traffic Safety Commission. My 6 years of experience as supervisor of the checklist and coordinator of the checklist have given me the knowledge and experience needed to fulfill the duties and obligations of the position. The duties of the supervisor of the checklist, which include registering town voters and maintain voting records, are regulated by New Hampshire statutes and overseen by the Secretary of State's office. Interactions with the public during my community service and law enforcement career make me the most qualified for the position. I like to treat people as I would like to be treated. I enjoy public interaction and lending a helping hand when needed, whether it be as an elected official or a neighbor in need. Being respectful and responsive to the public are my priorities. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. I am asking for your vote on Tuesday, April 12th. Please vote for Fran LaRue for the 6-year term for supervisor of the checklist. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tara Noonan, and I'm running for supervisor of the checklist on April 12th. I live here in town with my husband and my 2 sons, who next year will both be students at Mastrocola Elementary School. I also work part-time at Mastrocola as a lunch monitor and a substitute teacher when they need me. I'm also a small business owner. I opened my salon suite in February of 2020, and around that time, I also started working as an election official, helping people fill out the registration forms to become a new voter in Merrimack. This role helped me to get a thorough understanding of what it takes to become a registered voter in town. I love to be an active member of the community, and I hope to create an inclusive environment where everyone feels comfortable to come out and vote and get registered to vote. Being a business owner has helped me to stay very organized, and I have the flexibility in my schedule to be able to increase hours when needed during election times and be available to meet with the group. I also have a background in technology, so I have a very good understanding of technology, and I am a quick learner. So as things change and develop into different systems, I'll be able to help with all of that. And I'm a great team player, so I can work really well with the existing group of the supervisors of the checklist to help keep the process going smooth. I hope that you get out to your local polling place, and if you're not registered to vote yet, you can register to vote with me on Election Day. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Naomi Halter, and I'm running for school board in Merrimack. My family has lived in Merrimack for about 15 years. We have 2 kids, a son who is in 5th grade at the upper elementary school and a daughter who's in kindergarten at Thornton's Ferry. My kids have had great experiences with Merrimack schools. We've had awesome teachers, and we love the community and the schools here. But I know that's not true for everyone in town. My top priority, and the reason I'm running for school board, is to make sure that all families and all kids are having a great experience and getting the tools that they need to succeed from our schools. My top priority, if I'm elected, is academic recovery in the wake of the pandemic. It's been a hard couple of years, and there are a lot of kids who are struggling academically. There are kids who are struggling socially, and there are kids who are struggling behaviorally. And I want to make sure that the board and administration is working together to address those issues and to problem solve and think creatively and put solutions in place so that all of our kids can succeed and be successful learners. My other priorities for the district are to attract and retain quality teachers. Literacy at the elementary schools is also very important to me. There's been some work done on that in the past year. I want to make sure we're continuing that work and that we have reading programs in the schools that are grounded in phonics and phonemic awareness. I also want to address the dropout rate at the high school. It's higher than it should be, and I want to make sure that we're looking at what causes kids to drop out and addressing those causes before we're at a crisis point. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about myself. My professional career has been in events planning and volunteer management. My biggest accomplishment is probably running the Made in New Hampshire Expo for several years up in Manchester. I did everything from budgeting and marketing and selling booths and coordinating the staffing and just all of the many pieces that go into a successful event. And that's a big event. It draws more than 100 exhibitors and thousands of attendees. I also have worked with the nonprofit Granite State Ambassadors. They're a volunteer organization that supports the tourism industry in New Hampshire. They have more than 300 volunteers from all over the state who volunteer at welcome centers and at events. And again, with them, it was organization, it was communication, it was trainings for volunteers, a lot of skills that will be very useful serving on the school board. I also have some volunteer experience. I'm the cookie mom for my daughter's Girl Scout troop here in Merrimack, and I've served on boards and committees in the past. I'm a current member of the New Hampshire Board of Trustees for Eastern States Exposition, which is a nonprofit that runs the Big E down in Massachusetts. That's the 5th largest fair in North America. I also serve on their New Hampshire Promotions Committee, and our purpose is bringing awareness about the Big E and New Hampshire's participation in the Big E to the residents of New Hampshire. I've been thinking about running for school board for a long time. And when I started to get really serious about it a couple of months ago, I started going to the school board meetings to learn more about it, to make sure it was something I was really committed to doing. And as part of that, I've seen the budget process all the way through for this year. I've seen them work on the capital improvement plan for the facilities in the district. And they're recently started a visioning task force for our mission and our direction as a district. So all that experience and all that knowledge will really help me hit the ground running if I'm elected. The other thing I would love for voters to know is that I'm campaigning with Ken Martin. He's an educator and has a lot of good ideas and experience that will also help our district. We feel that if we're elected together, we'll bring a very balanced perspective to the board, him with the education side and me with the business and organizational side. We have a website. It's www.haltermartin.com. And we're asking please for you to vote for Naomi Halter and Ken Martin on April 12th. Thank you.
Hello, Merrimack residents. My name is Jennifer McCormick, and I am running for school board, a 3-year term. I've been a Merrimack resident for 17 years. I have 2 boys, 4th grade and 6th grade at Thornton's Ferry and J. Muse. And I have a vested interest in improving Merrimack schools so that our kids are equipped with a foundation of learning that will set them up for future career and life success. If elected to serve our community, my focus will be on leading the district in a path of excellence by diving deeper into Merrimack's mediocre academic rankings and providing a plan to address findings to move the needle in a positive direction, particularly in the areas of reading, writing, and math. Like many of you, I became more interested in school board activities during the pandemic. And now that we're on the other side of it, I see an imminent need for working to bridge the gap of learning loss. I also hear from parents and teachers in our community how the burden of the pandemic has impacted teachers and students. What we're seeing now is further decline in academic performance, coupled with an added emotional strain and a national trend of teachers leaving the profession. As a community, we need to refocus our attention on getting back on track with the business of educating and provide both students and teachers with leadership, support, and tools to help them thrive. I support our fantastic teachers and staff and their tireless commitment to our kids. And I support parents' involvement in their child's education. I see it as the board's responsibility to ensure that all stakeholders are being consulted and informed about proposed policies, curriculum, and initiatives, so that district leaders, teachers, and parents are working together to ensure our programs are meeting the needs of Merrimack students and resulting in strong academic outcomes for our kids. We have some great educators and education administrators on the board. Consider electing me for the perspective I bring as a parent and a member of the larger Merrimack community with an interest in bringing our school community together to achieve mutual goals. I will work to ensure that all our kids are getting an education that meets high standards of academic excellence, and for our residents to know that their tax dollars are being spent wisely. I will focus on providing our teachers and faculty with the resources and support needed to perform their jobs at the highest standard, while utilizing taxpayer funds as efficiently as possible. I've been involved in the Merrimack community for years, interfacing with families and serving on boards and committees for community organizations, notably as fundraising chair and treasurer for Cub Scouts and the Cardinals football and cheer. I hold a bachelor's degree in psychology and legal studies from the University of Massachusetts Amherst. In my professional life, I've had a 20-year career of leadership in finance, business, and people operations, also known as HR. I've also been a New Hampshire small business owner, a youth coach, and have even done some substitute teaching here in Merrimack. My leadership style is a balance between compassion and understanding, logic, tactical action, and focus on the best outcome possible with thoughtful consideration in an effort to make the best decisions, no matter how difficult they may be. I ask for your vote so that I can work alongside our current board members to raise Merrimack to one of the top school districts in New Hampshire that prepares our children for success well beyond graduation, whichever path they choose. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions or concerns. Follow my Facebook page for updates in the next few weeks, Jennifer McCormick at Merrimack School Board. And I sincerely hope you will consider voting for me on April 12th. Thank you.
Hello, wonderful friends and neighbors of Merrimack. My name is Jamie Funchun, and I'm running for the Merrimack School Board 3-year term. I would like to share a little bit about myself and what my priorities would be over the next 3 years. In January of 2015, I moved with my family to Merrimack and immediately fell in love with the town and the community. Currently have 2 children that attend the Merrimack High School as a junior and senior. During our time, I have seen Merrimack School District strengths and weaknesses. Over the last year, there have been many staffing changes, and I have seen some improvements. I feel that I could help Merrimack School District continue in this direction. I have been active in the community with local volunteer groups, and I'm a current member of the planning board. I have a bachelor's degree in business management with international focus and an associate's degree in accounting. Over the last 15 years, I have worked as a process and software consultant, a business analyst, and a project manager. Much of this time has been spent performing needs analysis for companies and helping find gaps and eliminate deficiencies. My goals would be to help analyze and eliminate knowledge deficiencies that happened during the pandemic, ensure we retain experienced and new teachers by providing adequate support for their success, provide education and career planning to middle school and high school students so that they can follow the best path to make them successful for their career choice. I believe that I have life and career experience that would add value to the Merrimack School Board, and I ask for your vote on April 12th. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this special edition of Our Town, Our Government, How Does It Work? Please take the time to consider who you wish to represent you in these elected positions, and then go to your respective polling places and vote on Tuesday, April 12th, between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. I hope to see everyone there, and thank you.